Hi, beautiful, amazing friends. Joseph Tittel here. I got something really interesting to share with you all, and I really just want your opinion on it. I'm not asking and saying that this prophecy is about Donald Trump specifically. I really don't know. I didn't write the prophecy. I came across it. I was actually sitting on my computer one day, about 6 days before the election, contemplating on what to do. I switched from Democrat to Independent with the intentions of voting Green Party, of course. But as I sat there in contemplation, I suddenly got an email with a comment on one of my YouTube videos. It's funny to me because Spirit always sends me stuff when I'm in the middle of thinking of things like that. So I clicked on it. I came across this prophecy. I found it to be very fascinating, actually. And that's why I want your opinion on it. But also, I did a video on 2017 Trump predictions. And yeah, I misworded myself. It said psychopath. I really meant narcissist. There is a big difference. So my apologies if I offended anybody on that. Go right down below. Subscribe to my YouTube page so you can get updates of live events that I'll be doing throughout the year, answering your questions on live events, along with other prophecy and prediction videos. So be sure to subscribe to that. My website, josephtittel.com. Go to the top. You'll see blog. Click on my blog. That's where you'll be able to access all my written predictions from all the past years. You can find them all right there on my blog. I didn't put up 2017 yet because I have the video out there for you to listen to. I will have them up by February 14th at the latest. I haven't had a chance to go on and check the grammar of it. And I got a few other things I want to add to the bottom. And I have separate pages of my predictions and I have to combine them all together. I haven't had a chance to do that, folks. I will focus on that on Monday and Tuesday. So I'll have it out to you and up on my blog by Tuesday. But let's go over this here prophecy together, folks, because I think that you'll find it very, very interesting, actually, to say the least. So it goes like this. It is known that our true white brother, when he comes, will be all powerful. And this is my favorite part, actually. He will be all powerful and he will wear a red cap. Well, first of all, there is a huge difference between a red hat and a red cap. That is a red cap. Donald Trump wore a red cap. Big, big difference, folks. Or a red cap or a red cloak. And you can very easily, in a prediction, when you're doing prophecy, misinterpret things and call that red tie a red cloak because it does cloak over the front of him. So, I mean, you can totally look at it like that if you really wanted to. That's the first thing I thought of when I read it. And when I read it, I wasn't even thinking of Donald Trump. It just popped in my head and I read it, I'm like, oh my God, that's Donald Trump, I think. So, he will be all powerful, wear a red cap and a red cloak. He will be large in population. He has a very large following. Totally could be interpreted like that. Belonging to no religion but his own. I watched an interview a couple years ago, I believe. I forget exactly when. I forget what I was watching, and somebody asked him what his religion was. He said, Donald Trump has no religion. Donald Trump has the Donald Trump religion. And I laughed. I remember laughing so hard about that. I'm like, he would think that. He would say something like that. So, no religion but his own. That made me think of that interview right away. He will bring with him the sacred stone tablets. It explains more about that up above. With him, there will be two great ones, both very wise and powerful. One will have a symbol or a sign of a swastika clockwise. Hey, that could be Bannon. You know how they say Bannon is like a Nazi, white power kind of guy, a KKK kind of guy. Could be him, possibly. But it also could be Putin or even the leader of China. Swastika clockwise, which represents purity and is female, a producer of life. The third one, or the second one, of the two helpers to our true white brother will have a sign or a symbol of the sun. He, too, will be many people and very wise and very powerful. We have in our sacred Kachina ceremonies a gourd rattle, which is still in use today, with these symbols of these powerful helpers of our true white brother. It is also prophesied that if these three fail to fulfill their mission, then the one from the west, which is China, will come like a big storm. He will be many in numbers and merciful. China outnumbers us 1-3 or 1-4. We have just over 300 million people, and China has 1 point some billion people. Yeah, they outnumber us at least 1-3 or 1-4. When he comes, he will cover the land like red ants, and all over take this land in one day. Red ants could very well be China. Could also be Russia too, if you look at the flag and such. Depends on how you look at it. I say it's China, no doubt. Because I said that in my predictions about China is the biggest one to worry about. If the three helpers chosen by the Creator, and that's another thing a lot of people are saying, how there was divine intervention in this election. Hillary Clinton was supposed to win. All of a sudden, last minute, Trump won. That could be totally considered as being divine intervention. Creator fulfill their sacred mission, and even if they are only 1, 2, or 3 of the true Hopi remaining, holding fast to the last ancient teaching and instructions, the Great Spirit, Masayu, will appear before all, and our world will be saved. Masayu, appearing before all, could definitely be the interpretation of Jesus Christ and the coming of Jesus again in the Bible. You know, it's looked at different things in different religious cultures and ancient cultures. So that would totally make sense as well. Would be saved. The 3 will lay out our plan for a new life plan, which leads to everlasting life and peace. The earth will become new, as it was from the beginning. Flowers will bloom again. Wild games will return to the barren lands, and there will be abundance of food for all. Those who are saved will share everything equally, and they will all recognize the Great Spirit and speak one language. We are now faced with great problems, now only here but throughout the land. Ancient cultures are being annihilated. Our people's lands are being taken from them, leaving them no place to call their own. Why is this happening? It is happening because many have given up or manipulated their original spiritual teachings. The only way of life which the Great Spirit has given to all its people of the world, whatever your original instructions, are not being honored. It is because of this great sickness called greed, which infects every land and country, that simple people are losing what they have kept for thousands of years. Now, we are all at the very end of our trail. Many people will no longer recognize the true path of the Great Spirit. They have, in fact, no respect for the Great Spirit or for the precious Mother Earth, who gives us all life. We are instructed in our ancient prophecy that this would occur. We were told that someone would try to go up to the moon, that they would bring back something from the moon, and then after that, nature would show signs of losing its balance. Look back at the time we went to the moon, supposedly, and look at how everything's gone out of balance since then, if you trace back time and prior to that and after that. Makes complete sense, actually. Now, we see that coming about. All over the world, there are many signs that nature is no longer in balance. Floods, droughts, earthquakes, and great storms are occurring and causing much suffering. We do not want this to occur in our country, and we pray to the Great Spirit to save us from such things. But there are now signs that every same thing might happen very soon on our own land. Now, we must look up upon each other as brothers and sisters. There is no more time for division between people. No more time. Today, I call upon all of us from right here at home in Hotevilla, where we too are guilty of gossiping and causing division among our own families out of the entire world, where thievery, war, and lying goes on every day. These divisions will not be our salvation. Wars only bring more wars, never peace. Only by joining together in a spiritual peace with love in our hearts for one another, love in our hearts for the Great Spirit and Mother Earth, shall we be saved from the terrible purification day, which is just ahead. We all talk about it. Every culture talks about the great purification or the earth shift or the earth changes and so forth. It's going to happen. I've talked to you all about it many, many times. I'll leave it there like that. I'll leave the link down below for you all. There's a little bit more to go on. I just kind of wanted you to all read it, think about it, contemplate on it, and let me know what your opinion is down below in the comments. If your comments are at all negative, any foul language, folks, kids read this stuff, you know? I watched a thing the other day and I couldn't believe they said in the past, since I forget what year, 2005, 50% less people watch television than back then. That's awesome. And that's because these kids, they don't watch TV. They're on YouTube, just like you are right now. And so, you know, folks, kids, watch this. Watch the language, please. I won't approve comments that are nasty anyway, so don't even waste your time putting them in. And I don't read them. I have somebody else do it for me. So, you know, I want your positive input on this and what you might think it might represent. And if you think that it represents Donald Trump, hey, that's pretty specific. Red cap. I mean, that's very specific. And the whole thing, just he popped up in my head right away. I really do think it might be him. Because I'll tell you, to add on to my predictions, he's going to shake up the world like never before, people. He's going to shake it up, and this world needs a good shaking. Because he's not a part of the establishment. Believe what you want, but he's not a part of it. And that's why they've been trying to destroy him since the very beginning. He's going to shake up. He's going to bring out the truth in things. He's already doing it with the lying media and the fake news stories. He's going to continue to do that. They are going to try to take him out. And he's going to be tried to take out by his own circle of people. And that's why I said that in my predictions. My worry is more for the people he surrounds himself with, not for him. The people around him are going to cause more damage than he does. You know, and them things that get tweeted, I wouldn't doubt that half of that stuff isn't what he puts up there anyway, that somebody else does it for him. I mean, I'm sure most of it's his words, but I don't trust the people he surrounds himself with. I really want to know who the two other brothers are that are with him. Again, at first I thought maybe it's Putin and the leader of China and bringing them all together. But now that I read it again and see the whole swastika thing, it makes me think that Bannon's one of them, even though that many of us don't care for him either. But Bannon's pretty much running the show right now. So again, Trump's going to shake up everything, folks. He's going to shake things up like never before, and the lying media is going to continue to try to pull him down, bring him down, and lie to you. This is going to cause protest amongst things that we've never experienced before. And he'll be around for at least the next couple of years. One or two things are going to happen. He's either going to be killed, taken out. They will try to attempt it, just like Reagan. When I did my predictions, I had a vision of Reagan's being shot and Reagan surviving, but somebody else being shot instead. That's exactly probably why I saw that vision, because that's basically what's going to happen with Trump. I also saw shooters from up in the buildings high up, and I would believe that's where that has to come in as well. They're also going to try to poison his food. So they're going to make very many attempts to try to take him out, because he's not a part of the establishment that wishes to destroy 3/4 of the population and take full control of the planet. That's their plan, and now their plan's totally screwed because Hillary Clinton's not sitting in the seat like they wanted it to be. So that's the problem. The other problem is people that wish for Trump to get out of there and the vice president to go in. No, folks, bad idea. Bad idea. I don't feel like Pence would be a good replacement. I think that Pence could very easily be coerced into being a part of the establishment. I don't believe he is now, but I believe he could very much be pushed into it by threats and so forth, like they're doing to Trump right now. They will threaten him. They will put his family in danger. I said it in my predictions too. Don't be staying at any of his resorts and places, especially out of country. They are going to target those places with takeovers. With these, I saw these people getting out of vans in front of one of his resorts. It looked like to me like it was in another country, and it looked like it was near a kind of a warm beach kind of area. I saw them all getting out of vans with masks over their heads and rushing into the building and taking control. I also seen fires in buildings and explosions in buildings. So that's where they're going to try to hurt him. And you know, some of these protests against him are organized by the elite. So folks, you know, don't watch TV, you know, don't pay attention. You know, do your research, do your homework. Remember, knowledge is power. You know, don't jump into a conclusion unless you know the truth yourself through the research and knowledge that you have consumed on your own. It's very, very important. They have taken control of Google. They have taken control of YouTube. They take things down. They manipulate things. They change things. So be careful, people. And all my predictions, again, are here from New Year's Day on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe down below, and I'll be putting out more predictions as time progresses. Once I get my written ones out there and post it as soon as I get time, I have made time on my schedule Monday and Tuesday to do that. So all I got to do is go through and make sure the grammar's good and the corrections are all good. And then I got some stuff I want to add to it. And I will let you know when I post those predictions, the ones that I add to will be highlighted, so you know the ones that are new and then the ones I already announced, because all the predictions I'm posted on my blog were all read in their entirety on my live New Year's Day show. So there you have it, folks. Again, I'll leave the link down below. I appreciate all of you for watching me, following me, subscribing to my page, going to my website, subscribing to my newsletter. Let's get together, folks. Let's come together in solidarity. You know, the only way to get through this is to work on your own spiritual self. That's it. There's no other way. So I wish you all the best. I hope you have a beautiful day. Love and gratitude to each and every one of you. Namaste.